The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman here on this Tuesday, the 24th of February. The Dow futures, the S&P futures up 13, had a big spike to the upside. And what I'd say to subscribers this morning is that, and I just should mention that I've resent my newsletter. It seems like it went out, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure everybody got it for some reason. Anyway, I just resent it. There wasn't all that much change other than one position. We put a buy on a little lower than the one it was yesterday. It just missed it. I think there's still a chance that it will get it. We'll see what happens. Okay, let's get back to our story here. And the story is that the Dow at this particular point, let me show you. Well, first I'll start with the VIX index. Look how high the VIX index is. It's in the 20s. It's at 20.93. That is a really good cushion for the Dow. That's the way I've been looking at it all week and saying, hey, as long as it's up in the 20s, certainly in the 19 area, goes down to the 18s, that's a little different. But right now, it's saying that there is buying pressure of the security, the safety of having the insurance policy, let's call it, of the VIX index, saying that if things go down, we are ready. And it's been heavy since December the 24th. So today's the 24th, right? It happens to be February the 24th. So we go January. It's 2 months of higher highs and higher lows in the volatility index. That to me is saying that there's a tremendous amount of nervousness here, but you can't really pinpoint it because you go to the different sectors. Look, the SMHs have, NVIDIA has earnings coming out tomorrow. So what did the SMH do today? It goes up 448 at 417.30. It hits 419.50, a tad under the triple top at 420. Usually these triple tops, you remember Tom O'Brien used to always say, the more you hit the ceiling, the greater chances are you're going to go through it, or the floor. And this is the same thing here. There is resistance, but there's a chance we're going to have a little pop to the upside. But if you look at NVIDIA, if you don't mind, I'm going to make this a little bit like the Friday Tiger Technicians Hour, where I do Chapman Wave methodologies, just a detailed analysis. Look, NVIDIA, 219.19 was the high back in, was that the week of October the 29th? Week of October the 30th, the 31st, that is, at 219.19 was the all-time high, and it's kind of been in the sideways move. And I'm suspecting from the chart pattern that I'm looking at that NVIDIA could come out with something quite good. But the look ahead period, even though they like to talk things up, says to me we could remain in this choppy sideways period for a little longer. Even if there's a pop to the upside, I suspect that the 200 to 180 area is kind of going to be in play for a little while. Okay, let's get back to our story. So the reality is the SPX.X, that's the S&P, is trading up 17. Not a great-looking chart in terms of the daily. The weekly did arch over from a peak D. Remember, peak D is where other things can happen. But at this point, it is holding pretty darn well. And from the way that I need to do something. From the way that all I can say is that from the way that the VIX is acting, the volatility index is acting, we might see February go into the very beginning of March pretty nicely, way better than all the bears are anticipating. And I'm just looking at this and I'm saying, hey, and I know it's easy to make mistakes here. It's easy to get a little nervous and kind of be very, for instance, yesterday we had a position that I tightened up the stop and it just missed getting the stop on the one part of the position. And then if it hit that, it would have gone to the next part. But it held, and now this particular issue is almost at an all-time high. And it's really important that you don't get flustered. You don't just keep reading all the bad news. Just look at your positions and say, and this is what I said to subscribers this morning, we are preparing and we're going to be raising a little more cash. There's some positions that, do I want to really keep Microsoft? We've been long from 338. It ran, look at this, Microsoft, and it ran all the way to all-time highs. But it's really acting very poorly, and it could stay just that way for a little longer. Look right on the weekly 200-period moving average, 386 right now. It's up $1.90, but it once hit 555.45. So, yes, we're taking money off and all that, just kept a small core position. I'd rather be putting money to work, especially a $300-something, $400 something stock. I'd rather be putting that money to work elsewhere. And that's what I'm starting to look at, how we're going to be broadening out, which we've already done. Identify sectors that are moving very nicely. And I'm going to just keep trying to do that for subscribers, because I don't want to be caught up in this miserable action of I got right now. I could show you emails that I've got. I don't know why they send them to me, but they about the end of the world, precipice, all that stuff. No, I think this is a pretty darn good market right now. So, okay, let's get back to our story, the QQQ. Here's the weakness. Weakness has been the QQQ. Look how it's arched over, even in the arch pattern, in the rectangle formation that produces higher highs and then goes to just a B or a C underneath the previous high of 638.60. That was the last high. The major high was 637.01. Whoops. 637.01. Yeah, this double top. That's what I meant. The double top. The 9-period moving average hasn't yet turned pink. And it could, but it hasn't. So all I'm saying is be careful. Don't get caught up in this trap if you're in the wrong thing. Absolutely, you got to be careful. We've been talking about Robinhood, how it's been tied to the Bitcoin. And look at this, a lower low. It's going towards the left side, right side price time match, which has, this is just an arbitrary thing, not arbitrary for me because I use it based on the Chapman methodology, but the low of the candle of May of 2025, which has May the 30th, which has a low of 62.92. Here we are at 71.41. It doesn't have to get there because it's got the Chapman wave inside wedge target support line right there at 67, and it's trading right now at 71. But I'm looking at, that's a leg D to the downside in the weekly chart. So look at the IWM, the Russell 2000. Trading up $1.57 at 262.07. It's been a darling. It's just been we're still long. We're still favoring this, but it is arching over. So I'm going to keep an eye on this. We've taken nice gains almost at the highs. We'll see what happens next. Let's look at the SMH, the semiconductors. Is it still holding well? Yep, up 4 at 416.92. High today is 419.50. There's this triple top. It's almost in the same time span, symmetry. The bars on the left side, 420.60 was the high of the 29th of Jan. 420.04 was the high of the 12th of Feb. And today it went to 419.15, holding very nicely. That's the semis. I'll be right back in a moment. Basil, Chapman, Tiger Conditions out. Dow's up 252. S&P's up 10. A little bit of a divergence. I'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
TFNN has launched The Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Folks, let's just continue real quickly. I just want to go through the TBT, which is the yields. Yields are turning down nicely. I think that double top peak C1, C2, that's Chapman Wave technique, where it doesn't go to a D, just misses, but you call it a peak C1. C2 acts like a D, and yep, it pulled back sharply in the arch formation in the weekly chart. 31.69 was the low that was made back in about November, ran all the way to 35. And now it is at 32.88, 3.288. That is a good sign. Has it helped the Toll Brothers, etc.? Well, it's very selective. It did a beautiful job going to a peak D at about 168 about 2 weeks ago, and now it's pulled back just a little bit. It's very selective. Look, Lennar, look at that. Lennar is acting, didn't quite go as high, made a peak C, and then kind of failed. 144 was the high back in May of last year, and here it is at 117. And if you go to Builders, here we go. BLDR is the symbol. This is the Builders first resource in building materials. Look at this. This didn't work at all. This is completely, and this acted really poorly. It doesn't even portend good tidings or bad tidings in the interest rate sector. And look at this. Home Depot did very nicely. It went to a peak H to peak E recently. A good rally. Actually, a very nice rally compared to other things. Now, this is very important for me. So within the context of the questions that I have, let me go through them one at a time. XEL, a question in the den. ESP, I want to know about this. Yes, this is a leg D at 80. Just to remind you again, I'm looking at energy, and it's kind of it's rotational. For instance, in my newsletter for 2 days last week, I had this. On Monday, I wanted to do it. I didn't do it. Friday, there were so many other things we were looking at. I just said, you know what, I got to be selective with my time and space. So I missed OIS, Oil States International. It was totally long in the 8s on Wednesday, Thursday of last week, and now it's at the 13.91 level, up 40 cents even today. Wow, what a miss. Sorry about that. Well, we've got a couple of gains that are really working very well, but still, that was really upsetting. So let me just write down a couple of questions. I want to now get a lot of questions going because I'm a little late. So let's go back to XCL. It's doing very nicely, and I don't remember what energy part. XCell energy, is this battery? I usually write it down. This time I haven't. I haven't checked it. This looks like this is leg D in the monthly chart. This looks like a brand new leg C in the weekly chart, 73% in the stochastic. I would have liked in leg C for it at least to be at 80%. It's getting close, but all the other technicals are very strong. And a leg D in the daily chart, look at this, leg D. And this is very important because I like it. So let me do this. I believe you're already in it. I might be wrong. Let me just double check. What did you say about it? XCL. Ooh, I've got to find out where it is. There it is. Okay. So this is going to be a little different in the sense that, yeah, you just said XCL, please. So that just means that you want me to, I don't know if you're in it. If you're in it, let me just do it, make it real easy. We're looking at upside action. If you look at the monthly chart, look at this. I used to have it updated, not now. He made this almost double top up in the 74, 75 area for quite a while. It's done that. It's from 2020 into 2022, and then it pulled back quite sharply to the 45-ish area. And now it's at 83. The way I'm looking at it, the 9-period moving average, the MACD, the stochastic, as I say, 75%. I would have preferred 80%. But everything, look at the relative strength is doing very nicely. I like it. So I'm not going to talk about upside action other than to say it's at 83, 85 to 86 would be the next level to monitor as some kind of a resistance, just on a measured move. But more important, I want to look at the downside. And the way it's gone just for 2 sessions, right from the 81 area to 84, tells me that 81 is very strong support. That's really what I wanted to get across. Now, on a monthly basis, I believe that the aperture, you see the distance of the MACD 9-period differential, the green line, and the red 26-period exponential moving average, that opening, if it can stay open like that, that is the width between the two. It's the histogram that I'm looking at. That suggests that there's a lot of support between 80, this is a weekly basis, 81 to 78. That's really what you wanted to know. So upside, if on Friday this week we can hit 84 any day this week, if we can get 84.78, now I'm going to make it 84.25. 84.25, you just have to tag it to say, hey, I'm in the 85s now. That's really important. So I love it. Short term, you got your support, maybe 2 points lower, good support, and that's the way I'm going to look at it. Okay, next question came in. Could I look at XCL? Yeah. So now I don't know if you saw this in my newsletter today, but I had put in. So what is the question here? It says, right there. Thanks, Tommy. Okay, we did that. And the question came in. LRCX. We'll look at that in a moment. Yes, LRCX. So this is in LRCX. Oh, I haven't updated this for a long time. This is Lamb Research, the latest, and this is the reason why I'm saying what happens with NVIDIA coming up on Wednesday, and I have to include this stock because I think it's kind of in that category, Quinity, Electronics, Q, we're long. I'm just putting that because that has earnings on Thursday. And all I'm doing is I'm saying, look at the potential for double tops here. LRCX made a top 5 weeks ago. And that was, this one here is at 251.87. And it happens, I knew it was there. That's why I wanted to do it slowly. 232.00 round number low. Well, it took that around number low and it slipped all the way to 204. Now it's got a brand new buy mode. Look at this. Peak A. How about this? A, B, C, D, E. Look at the monthly chart. A, B, C, D, E. And this is a single leg A to the upside. So is this F or is this A? When it gets this far, you have to consider that it's probably an A, and that it could do a lot of chopping around, and then it's over the period of the months, it could go to higher highs to a B, a C, and a D. So I like this very much. On a short-term basis, I'm a little worried about it because looking for a point to add. So I'm going to suggest hold off. I think it might have to be for the week. At least it's all the way through Wednesday. I'll be back in a moment. We're looking at a double top of 251.82.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
So for number of days I've been talking about the volatility index is giving a huge cushion to the market. It could go sideways, but it's not going to go very much deeper to the downside. And now we've got the Dow at 433 and the S&P's up 42. And I believe strongly that VIX index is really responsible for tremendous cushion. Therefore, jumping out the window right now, it's great if it's the first floor, but I would not do it on the fifth floor. There's no reason for it. Okay, so LRCX, I like it. So the question is, where would I add? In this rectangle formation, it's really tough to add because once it achieves its goal of getting to a D or an E just under, right on, or just above the previous high, it's kind of done its job. And you've got the same thing with the SMH. Look at the SMH. It's kind of done its job. Now it's at 420.36. Almost got to, it has gotten really close to an all-time high within pennies. So let's just follow that now. What would I do? LRCX. Where would I add? If you're a trader, you could just pop right in now at 243.56, put in a stop of 240 because you don't want to give anything back. And if everything works out, Wednesday when NVIDIA comes out with its earnings, and it always has the yak. This guy is really good at that. He's like CRM, Salesforce.com, except Salesforce.com ran out of his yakety yak about a year or two ago, and it's just been going down to lower lows and lower lows and lower lows. So at some point, NVIDIA might do that, but it is one of the best, and there's not, why fight that? So I just would say, let's say, look, even NVIDIA has tremendous upside resistance, double topping at the 193 area. So I would say, I can't give you an entry here other than a quick trade, and just take money off. If you can make 10 or, 1%, 3%, that's good. But the big move for the next one, I have to wait. I'm sorry. I have to wait just for safety, because that rectangle, you can stay in the rectangle a lot longer than your patience. Then JB says, Basil rebought CRML pre-market at 10.16 as it looked like it was cupping up off a bottom on a daily and 4-hour charts. Thoughts, please. So this one I focused this morning for my subscribers, CRML. It acted so well yesterday. Congratulations, JB. You did what I said I wanted to do, but I never did, because we've got other things going on, and I love the chart. In fact, on my list yesterday, it was at the close, it was my prime one that I wanted to add today, and instead all I did is I said, right here, I said in my Traders Corner, I said, in the first paragraph, I put in, interesting to see CRML, Critical Metals Core, is improving. Improving? You could have bought it this morning at the low of $10.05. The open, that was the open, and the low was $9.94. You wouldn't have used a 10-cent stop. You would have had maybe 20 or 30. So you would be in, and it's now at 11.22, up 91 cents. I like this a lot, but I liked it yesterday. Now, the risk reward is just a little greater because of the weekly chart. That 200-period moving average of 858 is like a magnet. It really has to push into the 1230 to 1350 area. Fabulous entry. Congratulations. You did what I should have done. Never did. Good. I love that in a low price stock with low risk reward. High reward for low risk. That's really what I should say, because you had maybe a 30-cent stop if you wanted, but it didn't even hit that. Very good. So where does it go next? Next is this resistance. It's still maybe not even too early to get in, because this is Critical Metals Core, Mining Development Company, Lithium, Rare Earths for supply chains. Yeah, man, sounds good, doesn't it? But the high that was made back on the 10th of Feb, at, why is it wiggling around? Oh, don't wiggle on me. At 12, let me get my other mouse. I got a wiggling mouse. I can understand that on a day like today. There it is. 1238. That's what I thought. Okay, 1238, and it's at 1117. 1238 is your next resistance, but more importantly, it's kind of avoiding the rectangle formation. It's making more. That's why I loved it last night when I was looking at it. It's making the cup formation. Oh, what a nice entry that could have been. Congratulations, JB. Next question came in. I must tell you the support. 994 was the low. 1005 was the entry, the open price. So I'm just going to suggest that the pink 9-period moving average of 1034, that's probably 1040 to 1030 is a good cushion right now. Good move, good move. Wow, JB, you've done some nice trades lately. Very good. Hope you're using Chapman wave technique, because I didn't use it. No, I did the analysis. I didn't choose to go in. We'll do it. Okay. That was zippy. The next question came in. Could I look at applied, APLD? Now, I wonder if this is the one that I was looking at recently, APLD, and I thought, yes, I was looking at this, applied digital. And one of the reasons why I looked at it is there's a particular pattern. Now, I love to look at different phases of the market and what that phase produces. And very often it tells you, it telegraphs to you that a certain mannerism at that particular moment, and it doesn't matter what it is. It could be a gold stock, it could be healthcare, it could be anything. We'll talk about healthcare, I want to show you. So look at this. It makes a high in the 42 area around about the end of January. It pulls back pretty darn sharply to the 27 level. Then it has a big spike to 40. And then what does it do? It comes all the way back to the 28th. Now, this particular pattern is something that I've noticed has happened quite a bit lately, that there's a spike up. It looks like a fading, a single leg A to the upside failure pattern. Then it forms a nice base just off the low. And that's where it starts a much, much better move. Now, I don't know if this is going to do that because it's a peak D in the weekly chart, and it's a huge leg G/C in the monthly chart, and the technicals are a little different. The technicals are just starting to stall in the monthly chart. The technicals are stalling a little bit more in the weekly chart, and you can see the daily chart there pull back. So what I'm going to do is this. I don't know if you're using it just as a trade. Oh, we've got a break coming up. All right, that gives me just enough time to do a little bit more work on it. But I'll tell you what I'd be looking at, because I need the stochastic to be not at 21, but at 28, and the on-balance volume not to be down here, but higher. I'll be back in a moment. Basil Chapman, Dow's at 386.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening Call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds for both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
So, Applied Digital Corporation, APLD, trading at up 63 cents at 30.63, up 2.10%. Nice action. Not good enough for me. So I've done a little work on this. The technicals for me are just it's the price that's going to have to lead the technicals. I like it the other way around. But I am going to say to you, if you're looking to get in, I would not treat this as a 2-3 day kind of trade. I'd do it as a few hour trade, but as a 2-3 day. Why? Because there's a lot of resistance to the doji candle in the 31 area. There's 32.05, the 9-period moving average, the pink 9-period moving average. The MACD is weak. The retro strength is weak. The on-balance volume is terrible. And the stochastic's down at 21. So it has to be the price, this particular pattern. And usually it takes a little while, but the moment it gets to the halfway, well, a little bit less than halfway, but about $34, it touches the 34 area. Wow, that's a long way to go. Then it's on its way to the upside. But that's what you have to, the weekly chart is still very strong with a 9 over the 14. The other technicals are weak. So I'm just going to say, as a trade, maybe 30.65. You know what? If you want to get in, I'd have a 1% stop. I just a trading stop. It has to prove itself because that severe pullback takes a little time. You can see on the way down, it was bar by bar by bar. It wasn't a single move down. Therefore, it has to go bigger moves to the upside, and I think that's kind of tough for it. All right, hope that helps you. Next question came in. So that was okay. JB says, thank you, Basil. Must have read your mind as I hadn't got the newsletter yet. Yeah, I think I'm watching what you do these days, and a lot of people I'm watching having developed a little bit better sense, at least from my perspective, of how the Chapman wave works in your benefit if you look at it with the notations that I have and the technicals that I have. Okay, next question came in. Okay, it's over there, over there, over there. Okay. Basil, do you agree that we won't see a much bigger pullback like 10 or 15% until the IWM and others are in leg D in monthly chart, smaller to 2 to 3% pullbacks? So let me put it this way, because I don't want to follow the words that are you using, because that'll influence me. Let me just say that even now at 63.08 up 262, going sideways, a digestive phase sideways can go a lot longer than your patience. But the longer that it goes, the greater the chances are that you're going to take out the lower trend line support. So that makes 255 really important over the next, going into the beginning of March. A close under 255 says, yeah, now you can go a little bit deeper. So what does it pertain to in terms of percentages? Just for the moment, I'm not interested in percentages. I'm looking at time. And time says to me, with a move like this, with the look at this, the volatility index, I was fascinated to see that the volatility index only now on the second big move to the upside has started to pull back to the 19.88 area. It's still very, very high. When the VIX index starts to get to 16 and then 15, market becomes much more vulnerable. So now if you put the two together, I can't, it's not like a relay race where you can say overlapping, handing the baton over. This is chess. So we're looking at all these different parts. So all I can say is that at this particular point, the volatility index is still very high, and that's giving you some support. And let's just deal with it that way. Now, to the question of timing, I'm just saying to you, in the IWM, and the IWM is very different to the other Russell indices, this is in a leg B, and I wouldn't be surprised if in February we actually make a peak B because it doesn't go above 271.60. If it goes to if it tags 271.60 by Friday, that still continues leg B. If it's less than 271.60 at 271.59 at 4 o'clock on Friday, if that's the high, it's under that high, that becomes a peak B. But look at the technicals, how the monthly is so strong. I'm still anticipating a leg C and a leg D. Could it pull back sharper than that? Sure it could. It could take even 2 months of consolidation. We don't know yet. Today, this week's action is just so important in giving me a sense of timing because it's just confirming. It hasn't changed anything that I've been talking about. It's just confirming what I've said for a while, and that is that the consolidations have been more news related. Even here, look, I go to the VIX index. I didn't even know what to put here. Is this AI, nervousness, VIX.X? I don't want to waste time. I didn't even know. Look, last time was Tech Week. Tech Week, WEAK. And I had to there's nothing here that's thematically so bad that you want to jump out of the window. No, I don't see that. Right? So that's good support to the market. Basil, I've mentioned IOVA. Iovance Biotherapeutics. Yeah, that monthly chart, I remember saying it's so horrible that I didn't want to talk about it. But the weekly chart was making higher. Weekly chart looks like the VIX index. It's in leg F. That could be an alternate count. I'm just giving it an F for now because it's, and remember we were looking at this particular candle, the inverted Chapman wave Roman candle, huge, one of the biggest ones we've seen on a percentage basis. Look at that, with a high of 433. But it's the wick, and I said if at any point on a weekly basis this can close, it's way too long. It should be 2 sessions to 3 sessions. But just using it as kind of a benchmark, if there could be a close above 373, 373, and wow, today's high was 386, and we're trading at 366, then you're starting to head towards that high, and that high was 433. But at the same time, it's the stepwise move of these synchronous 3-4 weeks of rest and a new high, 3-4 weeks of rest, new high. This is a little quicker. I like it very much. Just on a very quick basis, we went to a peak C, then went to a peak D in the daily chart. IOVA trading at 367, up 77 cents. That's up 27%. Oh, these biotechs. I looked at one the other day, but it was just, they really move very well when they move. This is peak A. This is an E/B. I'll just call it an E for now because it's got the same rhythm to it. So yeah, call it an E. Yeah, it's doing very nicely. Once again, it's got a huge gap now between $3 and $3.20, $3.21. So at any point in the first week of March, if it starts to pull back and it closes up until the first week of March, if it closes under $3.12, $3.10, that's a bit of a problem. And now you're going to go through another 2-3 weeks consolidation. So far, congratulations. This is, not in applied. Okay, well, then I'm just saying there are better stocks than applied, as Duncan see. Next question is GEV. Yeah, GEV is a monster. GEV, but we're in GE, and it's done really well. Oh, nice move today. Went all the way down to 330, now to 338, just down 29 cents. Made an all-time high of 344. GEV is G.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
So GE Vernova, all-time high, GEV, right as we speak. It's just a fantastic, this is a monster stock. Global Energy Resources, remember we looked at XCL, this looks just as good. I mean, it looks even better. It's a leg E in the monthly chart, but it's an IPO. This could be an alternate count, but it's a leg C in the weekly chart. Fabulous. So the support is at 862. Support is at 823 to 806 on the very short term. If it goes under 800, give me a yell, because that's where you want to start looking at it again. Okay, good. Congratulations. And then FRMI, is that Fermi? It looked like Ferrari at first, but that's no Ferrari. Fermi at 9.88, up 96 cents. Yeah, this is the weekly and the monthly charts, and IPO just doesn't look great at all. AB. Yeah, this is looking much better at 993. If it can cross 10.52, 10.59. If it can go to 1060, that breaks out, and it's really important. That would be very good action. In the meantime, on the short term, between 910 and 860, that's kind of support, but it's really starting to improve a lot. So let me just do this before we wrap up. I'll be back with Tommy a little later on today. Check out my opening call. We've actually started looking at different areas, and it's been working out very well. I am worried about the XLF. The financials are going to lower lows. I don't like that. But as long as the SMH, the semis are holding well, that's really important. The semi went to 420.50, 10 cents, 11 cents away from making a new high. I like that action. And remember, NVIDIA tomorrow earnings. That makes a big difference. I'll be back later with Tommy. As I say, check out my opening call. This is a great period to be looking at areas that are just starting to come to light. And I think that that's important. Have a wonderful rest of the day, and see you tonight, or I'll see you tomorrow.